Being undocumented has actually affected my life on a daily basis, from driving to going to places like restaurants and them not accepting my matricula, or perhaps going to the pharmacy and asking for my medicine and not being able to get it because I don't have a California ID. My name is Ana Miriam Barragan. I was born in Michoacan. I grew up in Jalisco, and then when I was about 10 years and a half, I moved to Northern California.
I came to the US in 2004, May 16th actually, and it's gonna be 10 years in a month.
I am from El Salvador, from a small city called San Miguel, and I came in 2005, and at that point I was 16 years old.
Heard is an organization here on campus that advocates for immigrant rights through education, activism, and moral support. We do it to empower, liberate, and bring equality to our community.
Being involved has made me get to know other people that are in similar or sometimes better situations than myself, but nonetheless everybody just sharing a similar struggle.
When I was about 14 years old, I truly understood what it really meant to be undocumented when my dad was deported for driving without a driver's license.
These are primarily young people who are putting themselves on the line. They're saying, not only do we believe, but we're going to act. And it's that kind of compromiso that drew me to the Dreamers.
It's estimated that there are about 1,000 students who are undocumented here at CSUN. Last year, financial aid received 931 California Dream Act applicants, and that's only 60% of the people that actually apply. From those 931, only 452 were awarded.
I think if we're looking at the Dreamer situation, and one of the things we can draw from it is that we all need to examine ourselves. And I think that comes from the fact that they always have hanging over them that they are arbitrarily set into a different category legally.
I do strongly believe that college will benefit me as an undocumented student because I see it as a way to get ahead in life.
It has been a challenge on having a job. It has been a challenge on seeing other people struggle, seeing my parents not being able to have a good job, not being able to have health care.
It's very stressful to be undocumented, not knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow, not knowing that there are 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country, and all of them are at fear.
The ultimate immigration reform that I believe in is open borders. I mean, particularly since 1994, we've had NAFTA, in which, capital, machinery, parts, materials can move back and forth across the border without any, there are no tariffs. The one thing that can't move back and forth freely across the border is what? People.
Even if they say we're going to build a wall on the border so that people can get here, but that's not going to stop from happening, because if people continue to be hungry, if people continue to be live in poverty. And when I mean poverty, when I mean hungry, it's not like, oh, I don't have money to go buy a burger, I don't have money. It's like people literally don't have money to buy beans and rice.
What are you going to do if you're hungry? You're going to follow the food. So that's what people are doing. They follow food. Just as human migration, since the beginning of human beings, people follow food. They have to survive. So it's a question of survival. It's a question of looking for a better life.
My mom used to work 2 jobs in Mexico, and that was not enough. My dad will also work, and they still were not able to keep up with paying rent and bills.
why are these countries underdeveloped? Why are these countries poor? Why is there a lot of violence? Why do the armed conflicts happen in these places? For people to start migrating, because these countries continue to be underdeveloped because of the because of foreign interventions that happens, mostly from the U.S. in terms of Latin America. So people will continue to migrate as long as these situations continue to happen.
There are people that they don't care that I have a PhD. They don't care that I spent 45 years teaching at the university. When I'm out there in the world, I run into people who treat me as if I just got into town last night. So I said, you know what? You're going to treat me, pardon the expression, you're going to treat me like a mojado, then I stand with it. You treat me like an undocumented, then I stand with the undocumented.
I don't live in fear of getting deported. I am fearful of other people getting deported because during the Obama's administration, almost 2 million people have been deported already.
Being undocumented, it's definitely an emotional side of it. My dad was deported, and my baby sister, who at the time I believe she was 3 years old, 3 or 4, and like I just remember her asking like, "Oh, when's my dad coming back? When's my dad coming back?" And it's hard to explain how her dad could just be taken away like that.
It is not okay for us to sit down and expect a change. We have to be that change. We have to stand up for ourselves because nobody else will.
My parents live in Mexico, and I will be graduating in 2 weeks. They're not gonna be here. And the reason why I'm here is because of them.
I fear mostly about my parents. Like, I fear about them getting deported because my dad is sick, because he has diabetes, and my mom, like, they're older people. So I do worry, like, if that would happen to them, because they don't have like a specific thing that, like, a tangible place that they can go back and have a life.
I will not stop until I get my BA, and even then I'm not gonna stop studying. I am planning to go for a doctorate degree.
Those who have papers need to work with and support those who don't. Those who have an education need to work with and support those who don't.
Sueño con serpientes de mar, concierto mar hay de serpientes, sueño yo. Largas, transparentes, y en sus barrigas llevan lo que puedan arrebatarle al amor.